Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. So today this is a little mini bathroom makeover because I was looking about how bad is this ceiling. Honestly, it really needs like plastered, but can't do that at the minute, and the shower curtain was like disgusting, honestly. So yeah, I've seen a few things on TikTok, like little DIY hacks, so I decided to buy these stick-on tiles. And yeah, just enjoy the video, and I'm going to actually go through some questions that I got asked over on Instagram and on YouTube. If anybody had any questions, so I'll quickly answer them in this video. So the first one is, can somebody ask me to tell you my birth stories? If you don't know, I have 4 kids. Jaden is 16. His birth story was pretty simple. I had a great labour with him. I just loved it. It was just so chill, and then I got an epidural when it did get a bit too sore. And basically he was born on 18th of December, and yeah, everything was smooth with that. I can't say anything out the ordinary with that labour. It was just so peaceful. And then almost 13 years later, I gave birth to Holly. I had to get induced with Holly just because of reduced movements, but she was full term. I was 40 plus 1 weeks, and I gave birth to her with the epidural. No, I didn't get the epidural. I got induced, so the pessary thing, you know, if you know, you know. I got that, and then literally I went into hospital at 8 o'clock at night, and then she was born at 10:04, I think, on the 7th of November 2020. So it was quite a fast labour because they don't really induce you at 8 o'clock at night. They don't start until like midnight. So to me that was quite fast. In fact, I think all my labours, I hear people been in labour for like days on end, and I'm so lucky I never had that. Then with Millie Moo, a year later, I had to get induced with her at 38 weeks, just purely because I had gestational diabetes with her. So obviously you get more regular checks, and I had like a different placenta. I can't remember what it's called, but basically you don't feel the movements as much. So her birth again had to get induced. Again, pretty straightforward. It was long though, it was longer. I went in again at 8 o'clock at night, but I didn't have her until I think, honestly, I forget the time that she was born, 20 to 4. I think it was 24, 23. Oh my God forgive me, right? She was born on the 23rd of December 2021. Again, wasn't a bad labour. It was, I mean, all labours are sore, especially if you don't get an epidural. Like, it's fucking sore. Sorry to swear, right? But it is. Gas in the air doesn't touch the sides, but I mean, I just take it. But you had her, and the only thing about her is because they had to make sure, like, the gestational diabetes, because it kind of goes as soon as you give birth. They had to make sure she didn't have any symptoms of it, so I was kept in overnight with her, whereas with Holly and Jaden, well, Jaden I think I was kept over, but it was a long time ago. But with Holly I was let out the same day. But this is what it's looking like anyway. Talking about this bathroom, I feel I'm not even talking about it, but I've been using this bathroom paint, and the reason I used it is because I decided to paint the floor right, because when I was painting the walls with it, I stained all the floor and I couldn't get it up for anything. So I thought, do you know what, it literally sticks to the floor, so I'm just going to paint the floor. Everything that in this little mini makeover I've had in the house, like, I literally had everything apart from the tiles and like just other bits and bobs. Mostly everything I had, right? Labour with Millie was not too bad, just about, again, because she was born 23rd of December, they kept me in obviously the 24th, and I never got out until like 9 o'clock at night, and I thought, oh my God, am I going to be in here for Christmas? But luckily they let me out. So again, if I was in for Christmas, it's life. Some people have their kids on Christmas Day. So then with Jacob, that was probably the worst pregnancy I've ever had. It was just horrendous. He just did not stop moving. It was just so painful. I just, honestly, you name it, I had it. It was horrible. He was just so active, like, from the get-go, and it was like uncomfortable way. It wasn't just like movement. He was like doing somersaults like from day one. It was weird. And I just felt like, even at 20 weeks, I felt like I'm about to give birth. It was just such a hard pregnancy, and I don't really know why. But needless to say, first ever time if I actually went early, and I went at 37 weeks with Jacob. He was just eager to come into the world, and that labour was so fast. The night before, I had a show. If you know, you know. And I didn't have anything else until the morning. I started to get light contractions. Again, they were coming and going. They were spaced quite far apart. And then it got intense. So I went in to the hospital about 7 o'clock at night, because I was just still like, it's sore, but I'm just not sure if I'm really there yet. But needless to say, he was born at 9:15, I think, or 10:15, I honestly can't remember, on the 30th of October 2023. So yeah, his birth wasn't too bad either. Again, I just see, the more kids you have, I don't know, everything just happens so much faster. Like, I'm not just saying this, but Holly, Millie and Jacob, they literally flew out like they were on a slide. So, yeah. Another question was, any advice for after births? I would honestly say just take it easy, just rest as much as you can, have baths, just chill out, enjoy the newborn bubble because it doesn't last, and just take it time. Make sure you always take your medicine, because I was really bad for that, like medication, like paracetamol, before you know it would be sore. Just take it easy. If you don't want visitors, just tell them that you're busy and you're too tired. People will actually understand. Just take care of yourself. Everything else can wait, as long as everyone's like, if you've got a partner that will help you get the kids fed, if you've got their kids, whatever, you will be fine. This is what like the floor is. I started using it with a roller, and then I realised I wasn't really getting anywhere because I wanted to get rid of the pattern. So I just started to go on my paintbrush, so I gave myself double the work, but I was loving how it was looking. But yeah, on to my next question, which is, will I ever get a bigger house? I mean, that is the dream. Honestly, right now, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Like, I need a bigger house, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. It's just with, obviously, us with being a one-income family and having 4 kids, it's just, the chances of getting accepted for a bigger house is just like, it's impossible at the minute. So maybe when the kids grow up a little bit, and maybe when I go back to work and things, hopefully, fingers crossed, we will one day. I would really love an up and downstairs, like that's my dream, but who knows, the future. And the next question is, how long have I been with Sean? I have been with Sean on July the 13th, will be 6 years, and this is what the bath panel looks like. So when I put the stickers on, I really like it. It just takes away the because it's broke, the bath panel, and I really need to buy a new one, but I just thought to cover it up, it was quite a good little easy fix. But anyway, back to Sean. I met Sean 6 years ago. We both met, we were on Tinder, and we both swiped right. So that is how we met, and yeah, we've been together ever since. We've had our fair share of up and downs, because I met Sean and then like within a few months I was pregnant. And yeah, so it's been like a lot of stress. We've moved house 3 times and had all these young kids close together. So yeah, we've had our ups and downs, but we always seem to pull through it, and we're just like, I think we are meant to be, because no matter what, we always come back to together, and we always end up happy. But we do have our fair shares of arguments, and like probably like most people. And again, having the stress of young kids is pressure in itself, and the fact that he works from home, and yeah, we're with each other a lot, so we do bicker. But again, I think that as the kids get older, things will get easier, hopefully. The next one is, where's the furthest that I've travelled to? I have not travelled anywhere that far, honestly. The furthest is, I think, Spain. I usually go like Spain for my holidays abroad. Oh no, maybe Turkey, that's further. So yeah, my mum took me abroad every year when I was a kid, so furthest I think was Turkey. So yeah, I've been quite a few places though. I've been to like Amsterdam, Dublin. I actually like travelling, I must admit, but obviously when you have young kids it's not easy to do. But yeah, like I say, we've been going to Spain since having the kids, because it's just family friendly, isn't it? But yeah, next question is, am I done having kids? 1000%, honestly. If I was to fall pregnant for whatever reason, something like contraception never worked, because I would never take the risk, I would cry myself to sleep every night. That's horrible to say, because I know there's people out there desperate to have kids. Like my sister's like 30 and she's honestly desperate to have children, and I just think her and her partner would make the best parents in the world. So maybe hopefully one day it'll work out for other people, but for me, I'm totally finished. I've got 2 boys and 2 girls. I do not need any more stress in my life. Love my kids to death, but it's bloody hard work. It is hard work. So the answer to that is definitely no. Definitely no. Couldn't make it any more clearer, could I? My next question is, what is my biggest fear? Honestly, my biggest fear is being in a plane crash. It really does scare me. But then the next fear is also dying, or like, you know, dying and leaving my kids. That's my second fear. Probably that should be my first fear, right? But I really do hate the thought of being in a plane crash, because how terrifying would that be, being in that plane and going down? Honestly, I've said to Sean before, if we're in that situation, you've got permission to knock me out, because I'd rather be knocked out than suffer that. That's a bit maybe dramatic, but that's what it feels like. And obviously leaving my kids, like my mum got breast cancer, I can't remember how many years, 10 years ago maybe, I don't even know if it was Yeah, well, it's like 10 years ago. So it always scares me to think, like, is it hereditary? Like, you kind of worry about that as well. But again, I try not to dwell on it too much because you don't know what the future holds with anyone. So, yeah, that kind of worries me. Obviously, again, I've got so many fears. If anything happened to my kids, I couldn't cope with that either. Like, I watch people on, like, TikTok and Instagram, their kids have got illnesses and cancer and they pass away. Like, I just don't know how people do it. I just do not. But then they'd probably said the same, like, they just have to do it. They don't have a choice. But the thought of that terrifies me. Again, I've got quite a lot of fears. I'm a bit of a worrier. I am a worrier. Next question is, what age would you say is the most challenging, like, when you have children? So for me, the most challenging age is definitely probably like toddler, because they just think they have their mind of their own. They want to do everything on their own. They don't quite understand the concept that they might need help. They're quite, especially if they're any, like my little girl Millie, she's very headstrong. Like, she's hard work, definitely hard work. But also having Jacob, he was a really difficult newborn. So it just depends on the kid itself, really. All my other kids have been fantastic newborns, but he was very, looking back, that he must have had some sort of underlying problem, because even feeding that kid was a nightmare. He would toss and turn and you know what I mean, like giving him his bottle, and maybe he is tongue tied or something, who knows to this day. I did try to get that investigated, but never ever got back to me. He was just very upset, never happy, would never sleep for longer than like literally 10 minutes. Whereas Millie at that age was absolutely fine. She was an angel. I'd never thought she'd have turned into this crazy toddler. But don't get me wrong, she isn't that bad. She's just feisty. But she's definitely getting better as she's getting older as well. But like I said, it just all depends on the kid. But yeah, and the next question actually is, what do I think about gentle parenting? And is it something that I actually like do? Honestly, I would say that I'm very much a gentle parent. Like, especially when they're young, especially when I had just the girls, I was very much a gentle parent. But needless to say, as they're getting older, being a gentle parent just isn't, it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? Being a gentle parent all the time just isn't going to work. It's not real life. You have to teach your kids right from wrong. You are their parent at the end of the day. You're not their friend. And sometimes you have to raise your voice or take things off them to show them right from wrong. Teach them. That's just life. I don't agree with hitting. I could never hit my kid or smack them or anything, but it's illegal anyway to do that here. I don't know if it is anywhere else, but I wouldn't do it anyway. And no matter how much they make me angry, I wouldn't do it, because I wouldn't want them to hit out and lash out, to think that that's the right way to deal with things when you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. But I'm very much try and be quiet and gentle as much as you can. But like I say, it's not always possible, especially when you've got more than one kid and they're all shouting, they don't listen. Sometimes you have to raise your voice. Like for example, the other day Millie refused to go to nursery. Sean brought her back in, and I was like, no, she's going to nursery, like whether she likes it or not. So I'll just let them scream and kick, whatever. I don't really care. Because at the end of the day, I am their parent and I am the boss, and that's just the way of it. But yeah, like I said, I just try and pick my battles, because if it's not that deep, I'll just try and, like, you know, I think like distraction is key. Honestly, distraction. I will try and like make Millie laugh. I'll be like, oh my god, look, there's a plane outside, or I don't know, I'll literally try anything, because I'll just try and get her to not, she just really struggles to regulate her emotions. So it's about trying to just calm her down and being like, right, whatever is annoying you is not that deep. Chill out, like relax. But you know, it doesn't always work. Sometimes you just have to be like, right, you move right now. My kids actually laugh at me about when I shout, and I don't think that's a really good thing. They obviously just see me as like one big massive joke. But oh, by the way, this is me realising I've made a mistake, and because I left my tripod in there with my phone on it, so I was like, how am I getting this back? So again, this is a couple of days later, and look how messy it is already. I'm just like, what a joke. But yeah, gentle parenting, each to their own. Everybody parents how they want to parent. I'm not here to judge anybody. Do you know what I mean? We're all on our own journeys here, and do you know what I mean? I just don't agree, obviously, with people like abusing their kids, obviously. But I mean, who would agree with that? There is some weirdos out there though that are just horrible with kids, and I just don't get it. And if I think about it too much, it makes me upset. So Yeah, now on to the next question, which is my last actual question. It's my last question. Somebody says, will I do my vlogs again? And honestly, right now, I'm not even planning to do any vlogs because it's just hard to vlog. It's just, I love vlog. I actually love it and I enjoy it. But sometimes it can take over. Like anything you do, you're just like, oh, I need to vlog it. I need to film it. I need to vlog it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I just kind of want to live in the moment with the kids when they're young. But I do enjoy vlogs because I love having them to look back on. So yeah, I definitely will do them again, 100%. Maybe when Holly starts school in August. Can't believe my baby's starting school. I'll have more time to like do things, and yeah, so that is to answer your question. I probably will, but right now, no plans to. Thank you so much to everyone who actually asked me questions. I really did enjoy that, and then plus you get to know a little bit more about me if you wanted to. Now in the kitchen. So now I'm just cleaning the bath, giving everywhere a quick clean, and then I will just be starting to like, style it up a little bit in here. Like I said, everything that in here that I use for this little mini makeover, I didn't really buy, apart from like a couple of things, but everything I'd like had in the house. Holly was even helping me. She was away trying to find things to put on certain shelves and all that, so it was ended up quite fun to do it. And I'm just actually so happy how it turned out because it really did need, it was getting me down. Do you ever do that when you go into a room and you're just like, do you know what, this is actually affecting me? It's like, even if I was getting visitors, I was getting embarrassed. The only thing I do need to get is a lampshade for the ceiling, but that is it. And we'll see how long it lasts for, because I've not like put a primer on it or anything to see, so who knows, this could be the way forward. Just get yourself some bathroom paint and paint your bloody vinyl, whatever you call it. Got a new shower curtain. I'm a bit like, I think it was a bit too jazzy. I should have just got a plain one, but to be fair, I never picked it. Sean did, so he was trying to go with the colour scheme. Bless him. But yeah, it's better anyway. At least it's not full of damp. This is the first house I've actually never had a shower door, a shower screen. This is the first time I've ever had to have a shower curtain in my whole life, and I love it. Mum's like, I hate it so much because she's got one, so I hate it, and I'm like, I pure like it. You can purely like change it up all the time. And Holly was being a right pest at this point. She was just like climbing all over the bath, and oh my god, I had to like throw her down, don't know how many times, but yeah, we had a bit of a laugh doing it. But yeah, I found this little shelf thing that I had. I don't even know where I had it, but then Holly was going about the house trying to find me loads of things to put on it. And the kids actually bought me these flowers, like they're just like fake flowers for Mother's Day, so we decided to put that here. And she also found flowers from her room and a candle, so yeah, she was loving it. Again, it's not everybody's cup of tea, this teal colour. To be honest, it's not my cup of tea either, but it was just the colour that we decided to paint the walls when we first kind of like were decided to decorate. We just decided to pick this colour because the flooring had that colour in it. But then we've ended up just going one step further and painting the whole place this colour. But I'm happy with how it has turned out because it's like fresh, like there's no dirty finger marks or, And I love the fact that it was on a budget and I didn't like leave myself out of pocket. And yeah, you can just show you can actually like do a little mini makeover without spending any money. Just you literally use what you've got in the house, because that is what I done. Like I said, apart from the shower curtain, and that was it, really, the shower curtain, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, this is done now. I'm actually so happy. It just looks so fresh and clean, and let's just see how long it lasts, but I'll keep you updated. But yeah, thanks so much for all your questions, and I will see you all on my next one, and yeah, so take care. Bye.